I love
that.
Okay. As Connor's smelling his shorts.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Connor. This is who we were talking about earlier. Welcome back, by the way. So Tony's oldest kids are Connor and his twin sister Courtney. So we want to make sure you got to say hi before we kick him out.
Hi.
He's doing his laundry and cleaning his bathroom, and you are going to be obligated to help your mom a little bit with this Project Photo Rescue a little later. She'll tell you why and how later.
Okay.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Alright, goodbye. That's Connor. He's such a good kid. Okay, now that he's gone, it's a disaster. Kidding. We love you, Connor. All right, so welcome back. This is phase 2, chapter 2, session 2 of 3. We talked earlier, and we had like a full-blown assessment. We got to really understand Toni's situation, her scrapbooking background. What else did we talk about? Like why now?
Yeah, how I want to do it.
Yes, like this just full assessment of really understanding what her scenario is super helpful for me to be able to help personalize any guidance that I would give to her. That's what we did. So what we're going to do now is phase 2 is this kind of physical and emotional assessment. And what that means is we physically need to assess what she has. Emotional doesn't mean crying.
No.
Don't go there.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
Okay.
Not right now.
No. Later.
Later.
The emotional assessment just basically means kind of tapping into the emotions that we feel when we see what we've done and what we feel connected to and what we feel is not working, and that whole just emotional and psychological and mental component to it, which there is a thing, that is a thing. Scrapbooking is way more than just making cute pages. It really is, because it matters, and that's why it resonates with so many of us like that. And then there was a third thing I was gonna do in this. It ties into being able to make your game plan. So we'll keep this one about the same, like 20 or 30 minutes here, and then come back one more time for the third session. Yes?
We're having a little bit of issues with the broadcast being interrupted, so...
Okay. So technical issues.
Technical issues, we're trying to work through it, but
Do you think that if we did keep going, it will still record? So even if there's an issue with the live, okay, so we're gonna keep going. So if you are having technical issues and it jumps in and out, just know that it lives here forever on Facebook, and you can always catch the broadcast in just a little bit. So we're live, we're gonna keep going. All right, so here we're just standing, and put the papers down. We're standing in the corner of basically your main living space. And I can see that there's scrapbooks here. So is this where you have...
This is where all my albums and scrapbooks. So some are scrapbooks.
Okay.
Some are just photo albums.
Okay, and I have not seen any of these, so...
I started to pull one out and she like stopped my hand.
Yeah. Did I?
No. Sorry.
Yeah, I did want her to show me before, because that's kind of the fun part of doing this live with you guys, is you're seeing my response to seeing her stuff for the first time. I mean, we haven't planned any of this in advance, and that's what's really cool. Okay, so we have, it looks like, is it starting here? These are
yes.
the scrapbooks?
Yes, and then this one.
Okay.
This is my current one. Connor will take care of the dogs. This is my current one with my app pages.
Oh, so let's
yes,
come to that.
yes.
Okay, for sure.
So,
that makes a lot of
yeah,
sense. Okay.
I think that's my daughter.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Okay, we're filming.
Come here. Do you mind making an appearance? Do you want to say hi real quick? They met Connor. Just a really quick hello. This is Courtney that you've already heard about. Come here, Courtney.
Hi, sweetie.
Come on. Oh, look at her shirt too.
Oh, I know.
Jen, are you watching? Jen Lake will know.
Show off your shirt.
Okay, be cute. Be yourself. This is Courtney from Hawaii. Hi.
Hi.
So Courtney and Connor, that's who we've been talking about. We've been talking about you.
Oh.
And you are also going to be obligated to help your mom with some pictures later. And this shirt it's the long story, but if you know at Sunlight and Air on Instagram, that's Jen Lake, our friend. She's a customer and a project lifer, and lots of history with her and health issues. And this shirt was made for helping to raise money for her medical stuff. So yay! Okay, you're cute. Bye. What? I know. Yes.
She actually did a little.
Yeah, on Instagram stories we shared a little glimpse of the light box. Heidi Swap has this light box product, and Courtney did it, and it says Project Photo Rescue on there. So you got to catch it on Instagram. It's so cute. So back to our assessment. What? Yes, go for it.
Wendy just told me she can only see Toni, but she couldn't see you in the video. But
like as far as where I'm standing?
Yeah, she said she couldn't see. Huh.
You see me now, Wendy?
Hopefully, we should just let us know if you can't see both.
Did you miss that whole thing, Wendy? Because that was for you. So is the, well, you've got the
Keep
framing.
going.
She says now she can see.
Okay,
But she couldn't
sure
for a
can.
while.
Okay, all right, physical assessment wise, we're looking at Toni's albums. So here we are, these are the albums, and we're not gonna like go through every single one in lots of detail right now with
Yeah,
you.
you don't
because
want to see
nobody wants to see everybody else's scrapbooks in full detail, but tell me what each of these are.
I don't even know. Like,
Oh, okay.
literally. I mean, I know what some of them are just from looking. Okay.
Can you see that, Race? Okay, it's a little brown album that says photos.
So
I'm guessing
that
there are
might be-
photos.
Yes.
Might be empty.
Oh, it was a trip to Utah.
Can you see if we stand
Whitney's
just
in
like
there.
this?
Wait, am I in there?
You're
Yeah, I'm in there.
Not in this one.
Not-
Not in this one.
Can
Sorry.
you see this though? Like you guys can kind of see a little bit,
Maybe
Yeah.
a little.
maybe. Okay, so just generally speaking, obviously it's like half
Of course.
full, half
Of
empty.
course.
Yeah? And oh my word, look at you guys. Okay, so
Wait.
what are these pictures?
Oh wow.
Don't get lost in them.
I will. Okay.
Not yet.
This is when I got to meet Richard Paul Evans, which was super fun.
Oh,
Author of
one
the
of-
Christmas Box.
Yeah.
Which I have somewhere. One of my favorite books ever. So just a quick trip to Utah with a bunch of girlfriends. There's Wendy. She won't want me to show these pictures at all.
No close-ups.
No
Don't
close-ups.
worry, Wendy.
Anyways, it was a very amazing house that we got to stay in
Is
for a few
this
days.
one trip?
One trip.
So one trip you played
One
this
trip and
little-
one album. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little theme album
Yeah.
there with
Okay,
girlfriends.
so I can tell you this even before. This is Connor's.
Oh, these are the books
These
you
are
were
the
talking
my
about.
Creative Memories books. Yes.
And I was thinking they were big 12 by 12.
No, I just did
Okay.
smaller ones for the twins.
Okay, I like this
And,
size actually.
Yes, and so yeah.
Can you see this?
I can see my letter stickers and all of these.
Oh, you
stickers.
love your letter stickers.
Yes.
So Creative Memories,
With yes.
and you did a separate album for Connor and
Yes.
Courtney, so twins.
So
but
some
you-
is overlap, like some I did the same sort of layouts in each.
Oh,
each
yeah.
book. Okay, so this
Oh,
is what's so funny about these is I don't know why we thought it was a good idea, or I thought it was a good idea to cut out our pictures.
I can tell you why. Because everyone did that.
Okay.
We all did that. What year were they born?
1997.
Yes, that's so
That's what we did.
appropriate for that decade.
So which was
I don't recommend it. I'm just saying, raise your hand if you did that.
Yeah.
Everyone did that in the 90s.
so now when
That was a
I
thing.
go to take a picture of a picture, like to share it, it's all cut out.
Yes.
But one thing I did find when I was doing my digital photo rescue, I have a lot of these same pictures that I scanned. So I do
Good.
have whole pictures. of
Well,
some
and you might
stuff.
have negatives somewhere. Do
Yes.
you know if you have negatives?
I don't have negatives anywhere. I do
You
want to show
really
one
don't
thing.
think so?
I'm
'Cause if you do-
positive I don't.
If you do, then just scan the negatives. There's a lot of services out there that scan negatives and scan those bad boys for sure.
And I think I have a really cool picture here coming up. Oh, it's gonna be.
And this is basic. Is
Oh,
this
here it
like
is.
Connor's first?
This is a 5-generation picture, which is
Maybe
very
move your
rare.
hand, just in
Sorry.
case Grace can get in close on
You
that.
see that? So there's Connor with his dad and his grandma and his great grandma and his great great grandfather. So
That's amazing.
yeah, so he was still around for the first year and a half of their life.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, it's pretty
Wow,
cool.
great.
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't.
he's pretty amazing.
Not a lot of people can claim that. Is
So-
this pretty much Connor's first year?
Connor's first year.
Okay. So this is Connor's, and this is one of
And
these
then this
Courtney's.
was Courtney's, the pink one.
Okay.
And then this was the one that I did for the twins that I lost. So I just did that one just kind of.
Can I talk about that for just a moment?
Yes.
Because you mentioned something and we didn't elaborate on this. Can you see both of us? Okay. Don't turn your back to them. There she is. Hi. Okay, so you mentioned the reason you said it in passing.
Therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that for just a moment because I think that a lot of people use scrapbooking as therapy, and still there are a lot of people who are not aware that that is a type of therapy. So can you just explain why you did
Yeah,
that?
I
a little
just
bit?
remember after, so I had them in 1996. They were born at 6 months old, so they were premature and they only lived for a few hours each. There was 2 boys. And afterwards, I'm like, some people will just set that aside and not want to put anything in pictures or albums because they think it's just too sad or nobody would want to look at that or whatever. But I'm like, they were here, they were with me, they're part of our family. So they needed to be remembered. So I just did a little, I had very few pictures of them. So most of it is my pregnancy.
Yeah, it's people in your life too. I can see like just other people, and this is when they were born. Because
Yep.
you even have like the hospital
Yep.
bracelets and cards. And do you remember your experience of actually creating this? Like,
Yes.
was it you really felt like, what did you feel?
I had a need.
Yeah.
I felt a need to have to do this. So
Good.
I
And
just
aren't you so glad that you
so
did
glad. And I remember being in the hospital because we went so quickly that I didn't think I was going to be having babies yet, and I didn't think I was going to be staying at the hospital. So the only thing we brought with us was I think my contact case.
Okay.
I didn't bring anything to stay the night or anything like that. So my What is that?
Footprints.
Oh, yeah.
Look how teeny.
So we went to that was when they sold the disposable cameras,
Yeah.
and so most of these pictures were taken with just a disposable camera,
And this is a funeral.
this was the funeral.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we have an excuse to bring this up, because there are so many people that do deal with loss in general. There's so many different types of loss, but to honor the memory of what has been lost is completely appropriate.
Yeah.
And if you are in that situation and it just does not feel right to you to do something about it right now, that's okay. Toni did it at the timing that felt right for her, but if you are going through that and it's too fresh for you, or even 20 years ago and doing it now feels wrong because you need more time, give yourself some time and prepare yourself for when you are going to be ready.
No rules.
I'm so glad. Exactly. There are no
Well, and I
rules
also
for
did
that.
it because I think when I did this, I might have already been pregnant with Courtney and Connor when I was doing this.
Uh-huh.
I don't exactly remember, but I wanted them to know they're brothers.
Yes, for sure.
You know,
And
so-
they've looked at this
Oh yeah.
probably
Oh,
many
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you, Toni. Okay, so what else do we have here?
So yeah.
I'm gonna just
So
do that.
more. I think this was I was with Wendy on this too.
Oh, Wendy showed up in
yeah.
all the scrapbooks. What is
So
this?
it's a cruise. We went on. I think this whole. I can't remember the whole album's a cruise. I
Oh,
can't.
it's a full album too. You've oh, that looks like cruising.
Oh yeah, there's
Somebody's
Wendy.
got the floral
There's Wendy
print
and
on.
Lauren.
That'd be
So
Laura.
yeah. Oh, that picture's upside down. So yeah. So that was our cruise. It was so fun.
Yeah.
There's Wendy.
Okay, so this is a theme album.
Yeah.
You've got cruise pictures in here. Question.
Notice no journaling.
No, of
Yeah.
course no journaling. But you got your pictures in an album.
Yes.
So you're glad you have this.
Yes.
And that is great.
Yeah.
And do you want to keep it just like this? Is there any, I don't care. I just want to know,
I don't know.
is there any part of you that's like, I really want to have that in a different type of album where I can add some journaling? Or do you want to leave it in this and maybe just add a few notes of
the only
when,
reason
why, where?
wouldn't want to leave it in this is because then it doesn't look the same. Like what I would love.
Yes, honey.
My end result is to everything to look the same.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
photo books is what I eventually want. So I wouldn't mind scanning these, doing it in the app, and printing a photo book.
Okay.
Which is coming in a few months.
Yes. Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Photo books, printing through the app. Here's where I want to pause for just a second. So, interesting, because you were saying that, and I don't know if you've thought about that before or not, but you're saying right now, I would love to, my end result would be, and when you begin with the end in mind, and you really like picture that end result of what you want your scrapbooks in general to look like, that really helps you, because then of course from there you back up and you go, okay, well if I want them all to look the same, then I would need to convert a few things. And it's not a big deal. Like converting is not a big deal. If you would feel better, if you're more likely to pick this up or the kids are gonna look at it or you're gonna enjoy it as a family, if you convert it to something else, don't make it a big project, but just do that quick conversion, which we will talk about when we talk about your game plan. There's something else I was gonna say about that and I can't remember. All right, what's next?
I don't even know what this is. Oh, I think this is the.
It is, ooh,
It's old.
retro.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah, I don't even know.
Oh,
like baby.
boy.
Okay, yep.
Hold on.
It's my mom.
My heart's like fluttering just a little bit because
It's my dad. Holy cow. My
this
aunt and her
album
brother.
is
Oh wow.
full, you know this, of acid.
Oh yeah.
And a
Well, that's
lot
what
of
it-
us
yeah.
have albums like this because that's
what it was.
That's what it was, right? And so I really want you are going to. I know
Remove?
we're not to the point yet where we're making
Yeah.
your game plan, but I'm just telling you right now that all of these are going to come out and you're going to scan them. And there might be some pictures that are stuck to the pages and you
Oh,
will
yeah.
scan them on the pages and you will have a digital backup of all those pictures because this will continue to eat away at the
I
photographs.
think this was my mom's album and I stole it.
This
I
is
stole it from her.
good.
Yeah. Oh, look how cute I was.
Oh, that's good, Toni. Oh my gosh, oh, and the coloring, that can be fixed.
Yeah.
Coloring can
Yeah.
be fixed. Heck, we can do it in the app, like on, with
Yeah.
PicTap Go.
So not very many photos in there. But I
Okay.
think I stole that from my mom.
But this is a little bit childhood in your
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then this is that's just history. It's like journaling and stuff. Oh,
So like family history.
family
let's take
history.
a quick look.
One of my cousins did a project and
Mhm.
put together. This is actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's my husband's great grandfather.
Okay.
She took his journals
Okay.
and typed them up.
Oh, that is really
So
cool.
his whole history. I mean, this
Oh
is.
my gosh.
I've read the entire thing and it's
Oh.
awesome. So that's what
This
this one
is
is.
so
And there's
cool.
some old
Just show
family history pictures and things. And this is on my husband's side.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
this is kind of a family history
Yeah,
book.
family history book.
Super great.
This is my amazing wedding album. One of them.
Oh my gosh,
Right.
this is so good.
1982.
Can you guys see this still?
Okay. So this is our wedding album. These are all like 5x5.
They
Square.
are. They are about
Yeah.
5x5. That's an interesting size.
So
Oh, and for sure.
1992.
Totally.
So yeah,
Oh my
That's
gosh. Okay, and no journaling.
no journaling.
Okay, let's just let's say you and on tomorrow.
Mhm. I don't know if they know that much.
Okay. And I'm not a morbid person, you know that, but I
Yeah.
like to think if something happens to work on next week, I ask this to myself all the time, what am I leaving them with? And that is my way of beginning with the end in mind personally, is like if I'm going tomorrow, it's going to be did I tell them that? Do they know my faith? Is that is it recorded? And so when it comes to our wedding, because that's such a significant part of your life and your family's life, then the pictures are great, but somehow I would love to make sure that we tell a little bit of that story when we transfer. And I'm going to recommend transferring because this looks like it might fall apart.
Interestingly enough, we have a video story.
Ooh, that's good.
So it kind of goes hand in hand with this.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Okay,
this, I don't even know. Oh, more family.
Okay.
More
Family
like
history.
pioneer history.
Cool.
So really amazing stories.
That's
So
really
this
cool.
is the album. This is the very first Creative Memories album I made.
Creative memories. baby.
And then
Guess what? We can
yeah.
finish that page.
So yeah, so this is just our
Oh,
portrait.
My
Yes, we went to high school together.
word. Oh.
And I did journal. Obviously, I did journal. This is so ironic.
Okay.
Because this is the day he left for his
Okay.
in 1989. And I just think it's so funny that now I'm going through that with my own kid.
It's a good
I
time.
know.
It's a good
I
time.
know.
This is
I was with makeup on. I was sobbing.
oh.
I know. And
It's
then
so
when
weird
it
of
came
you
out,
to just cry about
oh, right. So weird.
and then this takes you through when? 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, date.
So this is all of our dating, wedding, first marriage,
Okay.
having the kids, our first dogs. Yes, these are our first
Puppy
babies.
love.
Yes. And oh, they're so cute. Our first house, which is still
Okay.
the same house. Our first twins. And then on to, I think I was
Scrapbook.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when I started. That's when I started. And I was pregnant with these two.
With Connor and Courtney.
Yes.
Okay.
Becky, we are apparently having a lot more technical issues. So can you just reiterate that this will be up later?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so sounds like there are more technical, and so just as a if you can catch this moment of this is a podcast that stays live or not live, but stays on Facebook indefinitely. We also take videos and we put them on our Becky Higgins YouTube channel. They always live there, so you can check there if there's any issues with it being on Facebook. But if you're having issues now, just check again later today and you should be able to watch it back. We're nearly done with phase 2 is a physical assessment of Toni's albums. We've got a couple more we're just going to glance at and then talk a little bit about how we're going to move forward from here. So hopefully, the part 3 will be a little bit more clear. More wedding.
But
Okay.
these are the big pictures.
And this one is, this stays. Okay, wedding.
I think my favorite.
It doesn't
No,
say
sorry.
anything or your honeymoon or anything before and after.
Yeah.
The wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the celebration. Okay, good to know. All right.
I don't
and
even know
then-
what this next one is.
Okay, we're gonna find out. I love that Toni doesn't even know.
I don't
and
even know.
that, you're not the only one. And it's even affecting me that way as well. Since the book that I've ever done, it's very, very eye-opening. You would be really surprised if I've really forgotten it.
This is my old family.
It is. Van Meyer.
Van Meer. That's
Van
my
Meer,
mother's
sorry.
maiden name. Okay, so
Oh,
so these are that my uncle took pictures of, I believe. So these are old. Oh, my father's uncle.
Tell that. Okay.
Yeah.
So family history pictures of this one.
Yep.
And then
Yeah. And so
what's going on?
oh, I think Disneyland. Oh no. High school reunion.
Okay. Full scrapbook?
Yep.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you feel? That's how many of mine are as well. Okay, so question for you. This is part of the emotional assessment. Is when you think about, and we're not done. There's a couple more I want to see, but here's a whole little scrapbook that's about that high school reunion. You're not looking at it a whole lot, which is fine. We don't all look at our scrapbooks all the time, but how do you feel about having a whole scrapbook that's about your high school reunion? And I'm not talking about. Oh, hold on, I just gotta explain this. I'm not talking about looking back with regret or change. I'm asking so that you know how to move forward. Do you like the idea of a whole cruise in a scrapbook, a whole high school reunion in a scrapbook? Do you like that concept, or are you more like, you know what, going forward, I can see that just kind of mixes in with the rest of what's going on?
I like it because this was so significant to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like it in its own book.
Okay.
So if I were to ever convert this like I would want to do, I would make it its own book.
Okay.
Same with that.
That's why I'm
cruise.
asking.
Yeah.
Because some people, well, it doesn't matter about other people. That's why I'm asking you, so that I have an idea of what these themed albums mean for you.
Yeah.
So, good. Okay, let me know, Molly, if there are any other things I should be.
You're good. We're just trying to figure out the technical difficulties.
issues.
I'm wondering if it's because I had a better signal over by the
Could
door,
be.
so I'm gonna see if Race moves over there, if it might help.
Yeah, we can try that.
So we'll
These two here in the next few minutes. This one looks like
Disney.
Disney. Okay, so this whole little album is Disney. And then I am reminding you about some other things you have. What's this?
Oh, that's my address.
Oh, my
Why do I even have this?
Because it's a piece of history. This is awesome.
That's hilarious.
That's
Back in the
kinda
day,
cool.
we used to actually write down.
And I totally did.
Yeah.
I love my address books.
Another.
Ooh, vacation.
Another. Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Oh. I didn't use our first New York trip.
Oh, and tell me how you feel about
I love New York so much.
And this needs its own
Yes.
album.
And actually, I can tell there's a few. Oh, look, it's random. Look at that. I have their stuff mixed in.
Okay.
But this, I think there's another. I have 2 years in here because I see Tracy. That was my second
okay.
trip.
But New York.
Yes.
All right. All right. I'm loving it. Okay. Oh,
Oh, I think that's used fishing.
something like that's
family
history. And then we're gonna end. Sorry, I'm turning my back. We're gonna end with I think this is the last one.
Yes.
Okay, and tell us about this.
So this, what? Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. So this is I started using the app. So these are pictures that I tried printing an 8x8 and I didn't like 8x8.
Oh yeah.
I prefer
Which is
12
good
by
to know.
12.
You know
Yeah.
that I love 8x8.
Yeah.
And she loves 12 by 12.
Yeah.
It makes sense for her. So these are pictures that are just extra.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I started at the end of 2014, but basically this is 2015 on, and I got all of 2015 done in the app and in an album.
Wait. Okay. I actually don't think I realized that. Your entire year
Yes, this is
of
all.
2015
Yes.
in this album.
Yes.
All made with the app.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I have
That's
all
awesome.
of 2016 is almost current. I haven't printed my pages yet. I'm waiting for the book.
Yes, the photo books.
But they're all done and backed up. So,
Amazing.
yeah. I did 19 pages on our drive home from San Diego.
Yeah, that's right. You just
So I
wanted
did our
to
whole
know.
trip,
Yeah.
and then I went back and caught up with a couple months prior.
This is awesome. So if you're less familiar with the Project Life app or you're still learning about it, you see how this is a scrapbook page, but it was created, this is a print, like a photographic print of a page that was created in the Project Life app that Toni printed directly from the app. In order to print, and this 12 by 12 page are literally being slipped into the page protector, and that is how she has this here. Yeah.
This is how I prefer to do this.
This is so cool!
Yeah.
This makes me happy because I haven't even seen all of these. Okay, we gotta stop there. This is super helpful. Really, really helpful. Now, so to wrap up this,
You wanna go through the stuff?
yeah,
We have
yeah,
about
yeah.
like 5 minutes.
okay, so really quickly, just generally speaking, what you see here is what Toni has. Now, she doesn't have, like, for commenting, you have nearly as much as some people in terms of the physical printed, but these are boxes full of random.
So
pictures, and I can see randomness in there. These are boxes that are full of pictures, memorabilia, even some physical items.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out the best way to make a game plan to tackle that in a way that you can actually create the scrapbook pages that you want to. We're not scrapbooking everything. Do you know that?
Yes.
We are not scrapbooking everything. Okay. We'll do that in the third.
Do you want me to mention those?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the
So,
last thing.
So the other thing that we did, besides taking pictures of our kids, is we videoed. We gave me one of those little teeny video cameras that have 8mm up there.
8mm,
Whatever,
whatever.
those kind of tapes.
Yeah.
So I had this tape forever, and I took them to Costco, and they send them out. I think it's called Yes Video, the service or whatever. Everything was transferred to DVDs.
That's pretty cool.
So I have all of those videos now on DVDs, and when they send them to you, you also have access to them online, so you can share them things online as
That's
well.
awesome.
So,
But you have all of these
Yes.
discs here.
and they sent me two of every disc.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be one thing, and we're not going to really focus so much on the
Digital aspect of what Toni has organized because we already did it
Right.
with Kevin. It's all on YouTube. It's on Facebook Live. It's here on Facebook. And then it's also in a blog post. So if you want to learn more about that, you can search it in all of those places.
But that is definitely a recommendation, is any old video that you have to definitely get it converted. I don't know of a ton of different services, so I was telling Toni, I didn't even know that Costco did conversion, and that makes perfect sense because if you have VHS, for example, I pulled it out of the closet, and this is what, like a third or a fourth?
Oh yeah.
You got it done, and by the way, that would be like a tenth of what my mom has. My parents, oh, Project Photo Rescue with my parents is going to be insane. They have so many of these. Most people do have a lot of VHS. So you have not converted these yet, but from what
But
I
I'm understanding you could
Yes.
take these to Costco.
Yes.
and get them converted, and then boom, you have the disc just
Yeah.
like that. And then I want to end on that particular topic. Once you do have those digitized, just make sure that you're popping those discs in your computer or connecting it through an external device and get those backed up. Because if your house burned down tomorrow, all of those are gone. So just make sure they're in Dropbox. That's my personal favorite. Or is Google Photos considered a backup as well? Just whatever you want to use to back up and get it done. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take one more break, and then we're going to come back and just probably about 10 minutes or so with the third installment of this Project Photo Rescue, which will be Toni's game plan. We're going to make an actual game plan and a program basically that she can follow that's for her, that's personalized for her. But you'll want to come back because so much of what she's been sharing that you're relating